In October, and you can see that we're in the fall here, we're looking at the leadership principle of humility. And so this message today is based on a quote from John Gardner. The practice that applies to this whole message is called be interested. So what John Gardner said was, rather than trying to be interesting, why don't you try being interested? John Gardner was a very, very wise public servant, author, and Stanford professor, and he served in President Kennedy's cabinet. But he offered this sage advice, be interested, to a colleague of his who was already hugely successful, but wanted more. So we think as a leader, you're already being thrust into situations where you're asked to speak or provide direction. Maybe you think of it as an opportunity to look smart or look interesting. But these are also opportunities to advance your organization's thinking in general. And I think what Gardner is saying here is maybe a little counterintuitive. He's implying that you might start with a question rather than an answer. Be interested rather than interesting. A question presumes that you want to know more, you want to learn about the situation at hand. And it presumes that you're interested in the other person, and we think that's a mark of humility. So perhaps a little odd question here today. What's the difference that you might see between a question mark, just a question mark, and an exclamation point? What do those two approaches say to you? So make a few notes about that, and then at the end ask yourself, what are you going to do about that?